Okay, some unfortunate transit fiasco. Because of that, I don't have enough time to actually go to the hike that I was interested in doing quickly, because I still have to go to my martial arts later. So I figured detour, why not try to get some shots over here, because I think this one will be easier. Plus, in terms of the lights, this is a daylight savings. I only have about maybe less than 2 hours before the light's completely dead too. I actually read a lot of cool tech stuff, and I actually saw videos of that candy drone crashing, if that's what you want to call it. The first one, it says Intel and AMD to partner on graphics and CPU combo to challenge NVIDIA. So if you don't know, a lot of computers, they use NVIDIA graphics cards, and a lot of the gaming consoles, for example, they use NVIDIA products too. So it's kind of interesting that they're going to partner up. It's kind of weird in some ways, because I remember for AMD, they're actually in competition with Intel, like in terms of the processors. And AMD basically merged with ATI before, which was a graphics card company that competed against NVIDIA. So people thought that merger of AMD and ATI would be great, but it didn't actually turn out, I guess, as crazy as everyone thought it would be. So it's kind of funny how they're partnering together. I guess Intel really wants to eat into their market share, but I guess for the consumers, more competition the better. I did see that drone crashing, that candy drone, if that's what you want to call it. You can see it was dropping candy from the sky, which makes me wonder, don't you think that's dangerous? Especially if it's hard candy. But then you can see it, for some reason it just went out of control, and yeah, it crashed into the crowd. Anyone can tell what went wrong with that? I've actually seen drones do that before too. It seemed more like a loss of a signal or something like that, or I don't know, it was covered with batteries. Speaking of drone crashings, when you sent me a link here, I can't read German unfortunately, so I had to rely on the Google Translate. It says, a 41-year-old tourist in the early afternoon near the castle Neuschwanstein launched a drone to make filming from the air. And apparently he didn't realize he's not allowed to fly there, and plus he flied around a large crowd. And for some reason he made a mistake, and the drone crashed into a 40-year-old visitor on the sidewalk, and it was a 1-kilo drone according to this. And unless the translation is really bad, it says the woman was injured by the impact in the head and had to be taken to the ambulance to a hospital. And apparently it just says afterwards, the expensive aircraft itself after the crash only scrap value. I'm assuming it's saying when it crashed into her, it's pretty much obliterated, like it's broken now too, to show you how hard the impact was. So it makes you wonder, like with these two situations, can people use that as a way to say, well, here's your example, stop flying them around like anywhere, even close to people, because stuff like this can happen, as an example. When I remember in Canada of a drone falling, I think it was a Phantom in an event. For some reason it looked like the battery died for the person flying it, and it landed on the person's head. But that apparently the person didn't sustain that much injury, if any. Whereas this one, apparently it was serious. So it makes you wonder. For situations like this, again, it makes me wonder if you should treat it as, well, here's an example why you should never fly around people, or whether or not it's more take precautions, like stuff happens, but it shouldn't be a way to say stop flying around everyone in general. Because sometimes people do a safe way, sometimes people do it in a stupid way like this. Like I'm assuming anyways, like with a pilot error. Again, I relied on Google Translate, so maybe there's more to the story, I'm not sure exactly. Jeez, the light really is dying so fast. Dang you, daylight savings. I guess with that too, do you think, like here it's proposed, people should have to go through some kind of training before they fly something like a Mavic, or no? So I was actually reading this one, the Epson Moverio, I believe is the augmented reality glasses. And basically what they were showing off in this video was how you could fly like a Mavic Pro completely safe, like a hologram for example. It would act as if you're flying a real one. I think overall people should try to practice a little bit. I think what people like regulators should do is try to give people places to actually practice. Like if it's an open field, just say don't go above this height. Like be my guest, fly in that field and practice. But you make it really stupid where people can't fly anywhere. I can imagine it's like this. It's the guy's probably second time fly. Okay, let me try this. And now what? Basically you have like a really dangerous situation and the guy's not really good at his craft, if that's what you want to call it. Like myself, I play video games and stuff, so it gave me the experience of the analog sticks, but I can imagine a lot of people don't. Okay, let's try flying here since the sunlight is basically going down fast. Yeah, the hand and so forth.
Wow, that's so cool.
Indeed.
You got the view. You can even see Burnaby Hill.
Yeah, indeed.
That's so cool.
See, that's what I need for my real estate. There's one guy that does it now, and he does all the houses for everybody.
Okay.
But he's too expensive, so I'm thinking I would just buy buy my own.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you can do a video tour of a whole house, right?
You could, but the only problem is the regulations right
Yeah, I
now. say
know.
you need your
That's
commercial
why I
and your
haven't done
license.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that is so cool.
That's kind of funny. The person I just talked to when he saw the drone, his first was like, "Oh, that's so cool!" And then it was kind of interesting to learn he was a real estate agent that actually wanted to use the drones to get the aerial shots, but he said it was too expensive. And he said apparently there's only one person in the area that pretty much, I guess, dominates it because of the licensing and stuff and all that. I mean, to me, that's an interesting topic in general. Should you be able to do something simple like that without a, quote, license, just with some basic, I guess, knowledge? Because I guess if, like a real estate agent, if you want to take a picture of the house, then why not? I always said, it doesn't make sense where you have to climb up a ladder to take a picture. That's okay. For some reason, that's more dangerous, but you allow them to do that, but not fly the drone to get like a picture. I don't know. That's something to think about too, which I think anyways is an overreach. I guess it raises the controversy too, is whether or not a lot of the regulations and safety procedures or proposals is more about commercial interest and actual safety. Because like in that situation, you can't tell me a guy climbing up a ladder to get like a photo is safer than, say, flying the drone. Alright, some quick little captures today. Time to get to my martial arts. See you guys later.